General anesthesia surgery was first successfully performed by a Japanese doctor. This groundbreaking achievement took place in the Edo period, a remarkable 40 years before its Western counterpart. In 1804, Hanaoka Seishu used the general anesthetic Tsūsensan for a breast cancer removal surgery. This was long before ether general anesthesia was successfully performed in Europe and America in 1846. However, in fact, this achievement hid an even more astonishing truth and an unimaginable cost. What exactly was that cost? In this video, we will explain why general anesthesia succeeded in Japan earlier than anywhere else, the hardships involved in developing the anesthetic, and the tragedy that lay beneath this great achievement. Now, let's delve into that truth. The main feature will also detail Hanaoka Seishu's tenacity in perfecting the anesthetic. In 1767, Hanaoka Seishu was born in Ki Province, present-day Wakayama Prefecture. Raised in a family of physicians, he aspired to a career in medicine from a young age. At 22, Seishu went to Kyoto to study. He diligently learned both the Kohoha style of traditional Chinese medicine, which was cutting-edge at the time, and Western medicine introduced via the Dutch. His mentor, Yamato Maitate, was a practical physician who prioritized saving patients through surgical operations. It was there that Seishu established his foundation as a surgeon. Returning to his hometown, Seishu faced the limitations of surgery. Operations at the time caused excruciating pain, patients struggled violently, and doctors couldn't adequately treat them. Breast cancer surgery, in particular, involved unbearable pain, significantly impacting success rates. Many patients succumbed, unable to withstand the agony. Seishu learned about anesthesia using opium from Western texts. However, these were merely local anesthetics. The technique for general anesthesia remained undeveloped. He then turned to ancient Eastern texts. He discovered descriptions of a general anesthetic called Mafutsusen, purportedly used by the Chinese physician Hua Tuo. Mafutsusen was noted to be a blend of various medicinal herbs, but its precise formula had been lost. Seishu resolved to recreate it on his own. Alongside his disciples, he gathered the herbs described in Chinese texts and spent countless days repeatedly compounding and experimenting. These trials numbered in the hundreds. However, animal experiments yielded unstable effects, with anesthesia either being too strong or not working at all. The precise proportions and combination of herbs proved incredibly difficult. The reactions to drugs differ in animals compared to humans. Driven by impatience, Seishu decided on a human experiment as a last resort. This was a life-threatening choice. He considered becoming the test subject himself, but realized that in an emergency, he wouldn't be able to record the formula. It was then that his wife, Kay, volunteered. Kay believed in her husband's great work and was prepared to sacrifice her life. Her dedication placed even greater pressure on Seishu, fueling his determination to succeed at all costs. The first human experiment began. The anesthetic was carefully administered to Kay. Her consciousness grew hazy, and she fell into a deep sleep. However, the anesthesia was too deep. Kay fell into an unconscious state, and as a side effect of the drug, she lost sight in both eyes. For her husband's dream, she sacrificed everything. Kay's sacrifice left a deep wound on Seishu's heart, but it also provided crucial insights for establishing the appropriate dosage of the anesthetic. Blind Kay lived the rest of her life under Seishu's devoted care. It is said that her presence continued to support him. And finally, Seishu perfected Tsūsensan, a safe and effective general anesthetic. It was a culmination built upon countless failures and his wife's sacrifice. On October 13, 1804, a historic day arrived. Tsūsensan was used for a breast cancer removal surgery on a 60-year-old Japanese woman named Aya Kan. Unlike Kay's case, the patient fell into a deep sleep without feeling pain and did not become unconscious. The surgery proceeded without complications. Several hours later, the breast cancer removal was successfully completed. The patient recovered smoothly post-operation, and the world's first surgical procedure under general anesthesia achieved historic success. This achievement spread throughout Japan, and many patients and disciples gathered around Seishu. He established a medical school called Shunrinken and trained numerous students. His contributions significantly expanded the possibilities of surgery. Freedom from pain enabled complex operations that were previously impossible, saving many lives. However, Hanaoka Seishu's great achievement, unfortunately, did not become widely known to the world due to Japan's isolationist policy, Sakoku, at the time. In the West, independent anesthetic development was underway. If not for Sakoku, Seishu's achievement might have saved the world much earlier. Nevertheless, his anesthetic Tsūsensan undeniably advanced Japanese medicine. Through Seishu's passion and his wife's sacrifice, Japan opened the door to general anesthesia ahead of the world. The cost was immense, but it was indispensable for medical progress. Hanaoka Seishu's anesthetic Tsūsensan primarily contained toxic plants such as Datura stramonium, devil's trumpet. These plants had long been known for their analgesic and sedative properties, but they were also highly poisonous. Incorrect dosages carried a life-threatening risk. Seishu, leveraging extremely advanced compounding techniques and knowledge, truly transformed poison into medicine by finding that delicate balance. After ingestion, Tsūsensan would numb the entire body's senses and induce a hazy, semi-conscious state within 30 minutes to an hour. This was the optimal condition for surgery. His disciples also used Tsūsensan, successfully performing similar surgeries across the country. Seishu's achievements spread throughout various regions of Japan. Beyond breast cancer, Seishu also applied his skills in a wide range of surgical fields, including various tumor removal operations and fracture treatments. His surgical treatment for breast cancer contains many elements that resonate with modern medicine. It possessed aspects more advanced than Western medicine of the time. His accomplishments were not limited to merely developing an anesthetic. Establishing the safety and efficacy of surgical procedures and saving countless lives was his greatest achievement. However, his great achievement never appeared on the world stage of history. The Wall of Sakoku prevented Japan's advanced technology from being shared abroad. In the West, William Morton successfully performed ether anesthesia in 1846, which then rapidly spread. They are credited as the pioneers of general anesthesia worldwide. This time difference separated historical recognition. If not for Sakoku, the history of world medicine might have been vastly different. So why was Sakoku so rigid? Hanaoka Seishu passed away in 1835 at the age of 70. His achievements are recounted throughout Japan, and his spirit lives on among modern medical professionals. We, in the present day, enjoy the benefit of pain-free surgeries, built upon the great achievement and sacrifice of Hanaoka Seishu and his wife, Kei. Why did general anesthesia succeed in Japan earlier than anywhere else? It was due to Seishu's flexible thinking, blending traditional Chinese medicine with Dutch studies, and the dedicated sacrifice of his wife, Kei. What hardships were involved in developing the anesthetic Tsūsensan? It was perfected through hundreds of animal experiments and the immeasurable cost of his wife's blindness. And what was the tragedy behind this great achievement? It was his wife's blindness, and the fact that his accomplishments were not shared with the world due to Sakoku. Hanaoka Seishu's great achievement laid the foundation for modern medicine. Behind it lay a profound human drama that we must not overlook. Japan's pioneer of medicine to be proud of, Hanaoka Seishu. His story teaches us that scientific progress is always accompanied by sacrifice and is deeply intertwined with human dignity.
History still hides untold stories. Subscribe for more forgotten history.